Alright guys, it's KB5MIQ Big Boy with a whole ham radio kit right here in the way tonight. Guys, it's going to be a kind of a double video. We're going to check a couple things. One, if you notice, I've got a remote mic on here now. I've had some people mention that sometimes they don't think my audio is loud enough, so we're going to try this. The other thing we're going to talk about is kind of a subject I've rehashed before, but I've been kind of thinking about this subject all year. And honestly, my wife gave me the idea to go ahead and talk about it after me and her was watching my Shreveport Hamfest video. She said, you know something? Everybody getting kind of old these Hamfests. And I've noticed this for a year. Now, I've talked about this before. Until we got Sam in the group, I was the oldest ham in the group. I'm 65. Sam, I think, 67 or 68. Jeff and Tim both about 62. Kent's 55. Adam and Cody are late 30s, early 40s. So that's about as covering the age group as we've got. And if you notice these Hamfests, I'm going to say everybody on the plus side of 50 is about 2 to 3 to 1 ahead of everybody that attends one on the minus side of 50. Just from the amount of hams you see riding on the little electric carts, using walkers, or pulling an oxygen bottle. I've seen all of it. Not knocking that. Glad these guys can still get out and enjoy the Hamfest. What I'm getting at, though, is we've got to get more people into this hobby or we're definitely going to lose it down the road. And this couple of things here. ARRL, as of 17 August 2024, says there's 744,601 hams in the U.S. This other thing I found was end of June 2024, and the total was 747,275 according to this study. And the only license class that had any positives was people going to extra. And that's it. Every other license class lost people, especially the technician from 2021 was 396, 232 in 2021. In 2024, June, it was 370.21. And these guys didn't upgrade because there was a negative on the general and a negative on, of course, nobody upgrades advanced anymore. Now, that's maybe me hollering gloom and doom, but I'm not trying to. What I'm trying to is make sure that we do everything we can to welcome these young guys into the hobby and keep them in the hobby. And a lot of the social media stuff, I'm afraid, is what's turning them off. I've gotten into another group on Facebook that I'm putting videos in, Friendly Amateur Radio Elmers. Seems like a good group. A lot of young people in it, a lot of them asking a lot of questions. Now, just to give you an idea about same way with age, you look at equipment. You look at these bigger Hamfests. You look at any Hamfest, any tailgate sale, any Hamfest you go to, especially the bigger ones, you're still seeing equipment for sale from 40, 50, 60 years ago. I just watched the Huntsville Hamfest video, which kind of reinforced the whole age thing with me. But you would have been surprised at how many Heathkits, Tempo 1s, Hammerlands, Hallicrafters, old Trakes, was still out there for sale. Guys, I know HF's expensive, but you could find an older rig that works and get on HF. This 701 I got here, I give $150 for it. It worked. A little off frequency, but it worked. Kent done some tuning on it. It's still slightly off frequency. There's a couple of parts that need to be changed if I get it totally dead on. But I give $50 for a matching mic. I got $200 in an HF rig, a 100-watt rig. It's putting out full power, covering 10 through 160, sideband CW. Any of y'all can find something like that and get on the air. This HW 101 I bought, I give a $100 bill for it. It's got a few twerks in it, but fired it up Sunday. It's lit up. I got white noise through the speaker. Gonna do some tube testing on it. Hope to have it on the air here pretty quick. You can find older transistorized rigs, solid state rigs, worth the money. I don't know. It gets back to, I guess, hams. A lot of hams, not me and Jeff, but a lot of hams buy a lot of different equipment over the years. They're constantly upgrading their equipment. So guys, get these new guys in. Help them find a rig. Help them find an HF rig, an inexpensive one, to get them started. Everybody gets so caught up in the fact that, oh, I need this waterfall display to start with, and I got to have the latest and the greatest. And no, you don't. Okay? Start out, get on the air. All that other stuff can come later, especially if you're on a budget. I don't want to see anybody break their budget just to get on the air. But I want to see you get there. And you can do it reasonably and have a lot of fun with it. You older guys that's been in this hobby, if you're on social media and a new guy asks a question that you happen not to agree with, instead of giving them a snarky answer, don't answer. You do the hobby a favor if you didn't answer at all. Okay? Help the guys. Don't be smart aleck with them. People not put up with that like us younger, older guys did years ago. We got to get new people into this hobby. It's real simple. We got to keep them. We're getting some numbers in. I see people testing all the time, so we're getting people in. We got to work on retention and getting them upgraded. The more hams we got in this hobby, the less chance we've got of losing any more spectrum. We talked about the HF modernization that got beat. There's some after part of the 900 megahertz now. I haven't read much on it, but there is people all the time after our bands. We got to be better custodians of this hobby to help people get started in it. And if your first answer is bring CW back, you'll be a better operator, don't help nobody. Just go back to the 40-meter bowel movement net and talk there. Do not tell anybody that. I will argue that toe-to-toe with anybody that wants to. When I got on this hobby, 3853 was a laughing stock of the low bands. A friend of mine at Barksdale helped me get into radio at Barksdale. We talked about that then. He said he called them the All-American net because they hated everybody. Every one of them, 13 word per minute or higher CW operator. So that dog don't hunt that CW makes a better operator. I'm glad to see people use CW. I'm glad to see young people trying to learn CW. And I'm glad they did away with it as a requirement, because that has never been a good gatekeeper to keep bad operators out of this hobby. It's up to us to teach them, give them direction, but give them direction in a positive manner to help them stay in here and retain them into this hobby. All right, guys, let me know what you think of the audio, if I need to keep using this mic. Appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. We're at 1588. As soon as we hit that 1600, we're going to do a giveaway. Main Trading Company is getting ready to move into the new place. Hopefully, I can get up there in the next few days, depending on how things go with my dad, and shoot some video with the new store. Thanks again, everybody who subscribed to the channel. It's KB5 MIQ Big Boy 73.